Hi. Hello, this is Amy from the Oak Creek Recreation Department, here to do another fitness class for you all. Again, go at your own pace. Make sure that you are drinking plenty of fluids after class. And if anything hurts, don't do it. You should feel that burning sensation if we're doing a few repetitions, but pain is not part of working out. So just keep that in mind as we start. Hands go to the hips, chest is tall, knees come up and down like a march. All right, now that we're used to that march, continue that and take those hands down, palms face in. We're going to pull them up to the ears and take them down, or as high as you can. Okay, hands come in, elbows are bent, hands go forward and back. Runner's arms. Go as fast or as slow as you want. Again, you want to challenge yourself, but not go too far in advance. Okay, still those arms, elbows are still bent at about a 90 degree. Lift them up. Knees are still coming up and down in that march position. Take those hands back in, interlace the fingers, push it away, pull it in towards the chest, out, and in towards the chest. Okay, we're going to still those legs for a moment. We're going to take those hands out to the side, waking up those obliques. We're going to reach from one side to the other. Hands come down for a moment. We're going to pull them back up. Elbows are bent in front. Take it out and in for that butterfly press. Legs are still. Last one, take those hands down, hammer curl. Again, the hands are above the head, so your circulation could be a little bit off. You might be feeling a little tingling. That's why we take those hands down and do our hammer curl. Helps bring that blood back to the fingers. Okay, now we're going to take that heel out. No arms to start, so we get used to that movement on the lower half of our body. Okay, now we're going to take that hand, reach it down towards that foot. Again, rotating from side to side. Bring it up nice and tall. We're going to take those hands to the front, out and in. Still heels out. And we're going to switch it, reaching that arm up, heels still out. Okay, now we're going to scoop both hands up and out. And last one, hands down, that hammer curl, still heel out. Okay, now we're going to take it to a one hand forward, one back, still heel out. A little faster here. Okay, we're going to switch it to one hand to the side, one forward, alternating. Notice the flexion at the very top of the movement of the wrist. Reach it up. Now back to the side to side. Heels are still out. We're going to still those legs for a moment. Take those hands and stack them. Take one elbow high, one low. Extend. Other side. Alternating. Hands to the center. Reach it up. Hats off too. All right. Take it side touch with that leg. Hands out to the side as well. Same out leg as the hands. Bring it into the center. Hands out. Thumbs up and down. Take those hands back down. We're going to take those legs back off to the side. We're going to do the opposite hands to the opposite foot. Up and down. And then switch.
I rode out of Kansas City, going south to Mexico. I was running, dodging danger, left the girl that I loved so. Far behind lay Kansas City and
last one. Still those legs once again. Elbows high. Squeeze them back.
Many times I sold my passion for a place that ain't my hit. There was a night begin to haunt me by the men that I left dead. Couldn't stand it.
Take those hands down. Roll those shoulders back.
So I said goodbye to tea and became running dove.
And alternate forward.
I rode into Amarillo as the sun sank in the west. My thoughts in Kansas City and the girl that I loved best. As I smiled and kissed her gently and then turned away to go, said I'd send for her to meet me when I'd reached old Mexico.
Bring it up nice and tall. Jumping jack. Hands out and legs out.
Left the saddle and my foot just touched the ground when a cold voice from the shadows told me not to turn around. Said he knew about my past and knew the road.
Pull it back in. Take one hand up. We're going to make an E, cursive E and a cross. Cursive E and back up. One side at a time, working within that range of motion of the shoulder.
As my strength was slowly fading, I could see him walk away. And I knew that where I lie tonight, he too must lie someday.
Other side.
Now the crowd is slowly gathering, but my eyes are growing dim, and my thoughts return to Jeannie and the home that we had planned. Oh, please tell her, won't you, mister, that she's still the only one. But a woman's love is wasted when she loves a running gun.
Bring it up nice and tall. And then we're going to take that leg out. Just a quick reach for a nice stretch for that toe. Release it. Other side. Leg is extended. Reach for that toe just for a moment. And release it. Bring it back in. We're going to take those knees and bring them in and out. Small crisscross. Okay, thumb back twice. Okay, flexed wrists and flexed foot. One, alternating feet. Once again, we're trying to get that heart rate up before we start using those weights. Still. Okay, opposite hand, opposite foot. Reach. Try and keep that chest nice and tall. Don't hunch forward. Last one. All right, we're going to clasp those hands. Take it to one side. Abdominals need to be in and tight. And we're going to take the hands towards the opposite hip. Bringing it up and down. Rotating within that torso. Bring it back to the center. Other side, clasp up, down towards that opposite hip. Again, abdominals in and tight. Last one. Roll those shoulders back for a moment. We're going to V out those legs. Bring those knees up. We're going to do pony arms up and down. Again, knees up and down, nice and wide. Keep those arms moving. Okay, change it to a wrist roll. Up and down. Knees are still up and down. Opposite direction. Okay, hands reach down in front, pull them back, opens up that chest. Down, pull it back. Great job. Bring those knees back into the center. Still them for a moment. Reach across. Alternating sides. Up and over that head if you can. Great job. V out those legs one more time. Reach down towards that foot. Pull that elbow back as far as you can. Reach it up to the ceiling. Pull it back and down. Last one. Now we're going to go to that other side. Hand down, pull it back, reach it up, bring it back down, and towards that foot.
And then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said that
last one here. Bring it up nice and tall here. Bring those legs in. Grab your weights or your canned goods. Again, remember with those canned goods, the canned good is big, so it can slip out of those hands easily if you don't keep a firm grip. Hands start down. We're going to take palms face in. Take it to the shoulders. Push it overhead. Bring it back to the shoulders. Down. Shoulders up. Shoulders down. Again, chest is tall, back is straight. Okay, these last few, we're going to go very slow. Up, slow down. Alright, we're going to take one palm up, and the other one's going to face back. So it's going to look like our hands are a little crooked, and then switch to the other side. Up, down, and back.
my friend the witch doctor, he taught me what to say. My friend the witch doctor, he taught me what to do. I know that you'll be mine when I say this to you, oh baby.
Both hands come to the shoulders. We're going to take and alternate hands going up. So reach, reach, reach. Hold it into the center, jiggle it side to side. And release it. Okay, hands are going to start palm back. All we're going to do is pull those elbows up like there's a string on your elbow, like you're a marionette, and they're pulling the strings up. Alright, great job. We're going to cross those weights so we can do our concentration curl. So being out those legs once again, as far as you'd like. Take that elbow to the inner thigh, hand to that other thigh. And again, we're taking those hands down towards the floor. Do not fully extend that arm or you'll have trouble with that tennis elbow. Again, count of 2 up and a count of 2 down. So this is very slow movement compared to what we've been doing. Two more. Last one here. All right, bring it up nice and tall. Once again, we have to take it to that other side. So hands, we use 2 weights because our bicep is a very strong muscle and 2 weights adds more resistance. So elbow to that inner thigh, hand to the other. Once again, taking it down, pulling it up. Two more. And bring it up nice and tall. Those knees come back into the center, hands go to the shoulders. We're going to hinge forward at that hip just slightly, so we're not real far, just a little bit. Hands go to the shoulders once again. We're going to push it back and lift at the very end. This works that tricep. Worked a lot of that bicep, a little bit of the tricep while we did those concentration curls. Now we're going to use those triceps mainly. Again, a little bit of that bicep as we bring those hands back to the shoulders as well. So we're focusing on different muscle groups with these different movements. And last one, take it down. We're going to work on the muscles in between the shoulder blades that work on our posture. Normally we're up nice and tall. We're still hinged forward slightly. Palms face in. We're going to take those hands out to the side. Elbows are slightly bent as well, so don't extend those arms with a straight elbow. You want to keep them slightly bent. Take it out and down. If you're feeling it on the top of the shoulder as we're coming out, that means that you're too far back. We need to be forward to be able to feel it between the shoulder blades. So once again, palms face in, out to the side. Great job. Palms still face in, but we're going to change it so that the elbows are in nice and tight to the body. This is a modified row, so palms face in, pulling back, taking it back down. Pull, down. Two more. Okay, a little bit different version. Palms face down. We're going to try and get those elbows up towards the shoulders. It's going to be a little bit harder, so we're only going to do 8 of these. So pulling it up, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're down again. Palms are going to be up. We're going to do that roll position, so elbows are in close to the body once again, and pulling it back. And the last one. Bring it up nice and tall for a moment. We're going to take and drop both weights. We'll grab them again in a little bit, but right now we want to do our back extension. So legs V out once again, nice and tall here. Remember not to pull that chin forward because it automatically curls that back, so we want to keep that chin back so the ear's in line with the shoulders. Hands are either on the thighs, they could be at the sides, or behind the head for this. So I'll show you the 3 different versions before we start doing the actual movement. So watch me. This is hands on thighs, coming forward nice and straight. We're looking forward. Back is in line with that neck, and then we pull it back up. Okay. Hands down by sides. We can hold them there and keep them in line with the body. So as we come forward, hands are back. And bring it up, or behind the head. Elbows are nice and wide. Do not pull them forward, or you're kind of yanking on that neck. We don't want to injure ourselves, so keep them nice and wide as we lean forward and bring it back. Okay, so whichever version you'd like to do, feel free. So I'll just start with the easiest version, which is the hands on thighs, coming forward and bringing it back up, forward. And again, we don't want to go too fast because we do want to use that back as we're rising up. Last one here. All right, pull those legs back in. We're going to take those hands, pull them in nice and close to the body. We're going to do a rotation. Again, in order to keep that back nice and straight, we want to have those abdominals pulled in nice and tight, thinking navel to spine. Hands in close to the body. Just rotate side to side. Do not force it. We do not want to torque the back. So again, just a nice gentle side to side movement. Chest is tall, not hunched forward. Okay, we're going to add a punch to this. So what we do is we start with that palm facing in, and as we extend, we're going to rotate that palm down towards the floor. So it looks like this. Reach, reach, punch, punch. Okay, we're going to change it to an uppercut. Palm is facing towards you. We're going to have it away from the body. Be careful, we don't want to hit our own chin, so it has to be a little bit further away. But we're going to lift up, up, up. All right, last one here. We're going to take those hands. Fingers are not quite touching. We're going to take the same hand and same leg, and we're going to pull it out to the side. Step it out there. You should feel that just below the shoulder blade contracting, and that leg is out. So we're pulling it back in, out, out. Alternating sides here. Keep those elbows high. Take those hands back down. We're going to take those hands. We're going to pull that knee up. Do not touch the knee. We want a little bit forward. If you find that you can't pull on it, that's fine. Just touch that front of the leg. So we're going to lift it up. Other side. Alternating here. Okay, now we're going to change it. We're going to lift one leg. We're going to try and get those fingertips to touch underneath that leg. So lift it up, touch, touch. Lift those arms nice and wide. You should be able to feel that shoulder work along with those leg lifts. And last one. Go ahead and reach down, grab your weights once again. All right, we're going to be nice and tall here. We're going to lean back to the back of the chair. So we weren't very close to it. We're going to keep that back nice and straight. Head is back slightly. Elbows are in nice and tight. Palms face each other. We're going to reach it up to the ceiling and down. Last one here. All right, hold it in nice and tight. We're going to do a regular fly. So this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable because your shoulder blades are towards the back of the chair and they move a little bit with this movement. Shouldn't hurt, but it might be a little uncomfortable. We're going to take those hands up nice and tall. Hands go out to the side. Elbows are slightly bent. Then we're going to pull it back in nice and close. Back out. Notice how my chest raises as my hands go out to the side. That's due to the movement of those shoulder blades. And one more here. Pull it in for a quick rest. Next one we're going to do is an upside down push-up. Okay, so again, elbows are going to be nice and wide. Palms face towards your feet. Okay, and then we're going to take and just raise those hands up. Up, down, up, down. Last one. Pull it all in and we can lift it up nice and tall. All right, we're done with that. We're going to take and work our abdominals just a bit here. So nice and tall, hands are going to be extended, palms face each other. We're going to hinge it back just slightly. That automatically engages those abs. We're going to keep one hand where it is, drop that other hand, look towards it as we rotate that shoulder back, okay? And then we're going to drop it and bring it back forward. Don't let this hand that's standing there drop while we're doing this other movement on the other side of the body. So drop opposite side, bring it back up. Drop, look, bring it back up. If it's too hard to lean back, you can do it straight up and do the same movement. But again, we want to try and work those abdominals a little bit more. That's why you have that backward position. So I'm taking it back and up. One more to each side, not too many of these. They're a little more stressful. And hold them here. We're going to lift slightly. And pull it all the way up. We have to work those obliques a little bit more, so we're going to take one hand down towards the floor, the other one underneath that elbow, or underneath that armpit, and the elbows out wide. We're going to drop that lower hand down towards the floor. You're going to feel that oblique contract as we bring that body back up. So down, pull. Same side here.
I'll sing you a true song of Billy the Kid. I'll sing of some desperate deeds that he did. Way out in New Mexico, long, long ago, when a man's only chance was his own 40.
Make sure that you're not rolling forward or backward with this movement. You're staying really close to the side.
Billy the Kid
And
was a very
10,
young
2 more.
man. In old Silver City, he went to the bank.
And then we have to go to that other side. Hand kind of drops, bring that other one up. And once again, taking it towards that floor, using that contraction to pull that body up of that oblique.
There's Mexican maidens play guitars and sing songs about Billy, their boy.
If you find that you're a little unstable, once again, you can bring those knees further apart, and that will help stabilize. A little bit wider base.
For 21 men. Was on a sad night when poor Billy died. He said to his friends, I'm not.
All right, 2 more.
There's 21 men I have put bullets through.
Last one. All right, we're going to take and drop those weights. Okay, before we stand up to work those legs, I want to do a little bit hand grip strength. So we can use a hand grip if you have one at home. We can use a stress ball if you have that at home. And if you don't have either of those, you can take a rolled up cloth and use that as well. But all we're going to be doing, I'll use the stress ball today, it's the average one. And we're going to take, and the elbow is going to be bent. We're going to squeeze that ball and release. Squeeze and release.
Like poor Billy, they wander astray. They'll lose their lives in the very same way.
Great job. All right, we're going to do a squeeze and hold now. So take it and squeeze it for 4, 3, 2, 1, release. All right, we have to do that again, but a little bit less. So we're going to squeeze it again, taking it, squeeze, 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, a little less this time. So go ahead and squeeze, 2, 1, release. Last one here. Go ahead and squeeze and release. That was only 1 second. So we're going to take it to that other hand. Once again, starting with the squeeze and release. No holding here, just squeezing and release. Notice that the elbow is bent while we're doing this. You should be able to feel it in the hand squeezing, but you can also feel a little bit of that bicep because we have that elbow bent. And remember, we don't want to hunch as we do this. Okay, we're going to do our squeeze and hold. So go ahead and squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. And a little bit less. Squeeze 3, 2, 1. Release. And a little less. Squeeze 2, 1. Release. Last one. Squeeze and release. Not done yet. We're going to take those hands to the center. We're going to interlace those fingers. The ball's going to be in the palm of our hand. Okay? Elbows are going to be wide. Chest is tall. All we're going to do is squeeze in and release. Squeeze in, release. Squeeze in, release. You should feel it in the pectoral in front of the shoulder here. And of course the bicep because we're squeezing. We don't hold it in that squeezed position because that can put a little bit more pressure on that wrist, and we don't want to do that. And last one. Take it down for a moment. We are going to be doing one more movement. We're going to take it up above our head, squeeze it up there, and then bring it down after each one. We don't want to leave it up there because, again, circulation can become an issue and your fingers may start tingling. So we want to make sure that we bring it down after each squeeze and then give it a rest. So up, squeeze, down. Up, squeeze, down. You should be feeling a little bit more in that forearm as we're squeezing. Great job. Take and place that on the floor or behind you. Okay, we're going to take those feet a little bit away from that chair. Not very far at all, but not as close as you normally would have them. We are going to get up out of that chair using that either fulcrum or hands across the chest. Okay, the key here is to push through those heels as you lean forward. Okay, so with the fulcrum, hands are at sides. We're going to lift them up and forward as we lift up off that chair, pushing through the heels. So I'll show you that one. So up, or we can just have those hands across, pull them in, lean forward, push slowly. We want to go slow for this, pushing through those heels. Great job. Stand up, and we're going to go behind that chair. My weights out of the way. All right. Once we're behind that chair, remember the chair is here for stability, okay? So that if you feel a little wobbly, you can hold on to something. Make sure you have a little bit of room behind you. We may be having those legs go out behind, so look behind you. You might want to reach a leg out there. Make sure that you're not going to kick anybody or anything, okay? Starting with those hands in the chair, we're going to do nice, easy. Upper torso comes slightly over the chair as we kick back, pushing through the heel. Foot is flexed for this. I'm going to turn the chair for a moment so you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So my upper torso comes slightly over the chair. We pull that knee in, flex that foot, push it out. Pull it up, push it out. The opposite leg that you're standing on, slightly bent. We don't lock that out. Nine and 10. Okay, we did one side. Now we have to switch to that other side. So once again, slightly over that chair, push it back. And step it down. We're going to take that chair, place it to the forward once again. You guys could have had it forward and done it back and forth, but I wanted you guys to see how it was done. Hand is going to be on that chair for this one. We're going to do a little bit of balance because we're going to be standing on one leg. So we're going to pull the outside leg up halfway. We're not going to curl that foot behind, just hold it there. We're going to take that knee out to the side, but do not have that hip move with it. So none of that. Just pull that knee out, pull it in. Leg you're standing on, once again, is slightly bent, not locked out. step it down. We're going to do a balance maneuver where we take that knee, we're going to pull it up, we're going to flex that foot. It's kind of like the Captain Morgan stance. So up here, foot is flexed. Try and release that hand from the chair and hold it there. Take that hand back to the chair, flex that foot a little bit more, drop that heel to the floor, pull it up. Doesn't matter how high, try and get it wherever is most comfortable or just a slight challenge. You don't want to hurt yourself, but lifting it up and down works that quad. 9, last one. Step it back, shake it out for just a moment. We're on one leg. Okay. Now we're going to take and bring that same outer leg back, point that toe. I'm going to turn that chair so you can see what I'm doing. Chair is here. We're going to hold on with those hands for a moment. Take that toe back. Take the same hand of the leg that's back. We're going to raise it up. Okay, so we're nice and tall here. We're going to do a very small movement, lifting that arm and leg at the same time. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it back down. Awesome job. Now we have to do that other side. So taking that toe back, hands extended, lift, lift. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it down. I'm going to turn the chair back forward so we can work on that other side. Okay, so this will be the left leg, the outer leg, always the outer leg. So starting here, knee is slightly bent, pull it up halfway, and again, keep the hips forward as we take that knee to the side. Standing leg is slightly bent. Step it down for a moment, and then we're going to take that knee up into that Captain Morgan stance. So the knee is going to be bent. Try and get that thigh as high as the hip if possible. And then we're going to try and release that hand from the chair. So start with that hand on the chair for stability. Pull that leg up, find your position, and try and release it. Okay, take that hand back to the chair, flex that foot just a little bit more, heel down, pull it up. Last one, step it down. We're going to go back, back behind that chair. Legs are going to be a little bit wider, feet are still facing forward. Okay, we're going to hinge at that hip as we push that chair slightly forward. Hopefully you have a good surface that you are able to do that. But we're going to hang kind of by our shoulders, okay? It'll stretch out those arms. So we're coming here, hinging. Glutes will automatically come back. Hold this position. Knees are bent, not locked out. All right, take one hand to the thigh, the other hand, and then roll it up. And roll those shoulders back. We're going to pull that chair back. And then we are going to sit back down. You don't want to be over that little plastic thing. All right, so we're going to bring those feet in a little bit. We're just going to lift those heels up and down. Okay, take those heels out a little further. Pull the toes up this time. Great job. Pull back to neutral. We're going to take one leg. Again, you can extend one leg, cross it over, or you can take that leg and cross it over the knee. Whatever is best for you. Flexibility will be a factor in this. And rotate that ankle. That's what we're looking for here. Opposite direction. Bring it up nice and tall. Once again, hinging forward. And release it. Switch sides. Either that extended leg with crossed over, but we're going to start that rotation of the ankle. Opposite direction.
Thank you for the truth you let me see.
Bring it up nice and tall, hinging it forward.
From A to Z, my life is torn like a wind-blown sail.
And bring it back up, release it. Take both hands out front, we're going to swing them back, grasp the frame of your chair, lift it, the chest up and the chin up. Opens up that chest, stretches. And release it. Alright, we're going to take one hand across that thigh, reach back, grasp that chair, whichever is easiest way, and we're going to look back behind us. Again, as we rotate, we're exhaling. Remember to breathe as we're in this position. And release it. We did one side, now the other. So heel comes across, reaching back, exhaling as we rotate it and look back behind us. And bring it back forward. Alright, we're going to take one hand, reach it across, watch that shoulder. We don't want it to come up towards the ear, keep it down as we pull in that arm close to the chest. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can guide that hand down to the wrist and hold it in there. You should feel it in the shoulder. Alright, we're going to pull that hand underneath that elbow, lift it up and over for a tricep stretch. Depending on your flexibility, you might not be able to get it up this high. Raise that hand up, circling it down, roll that shoulder back. Okay, we did one side, we have to do that other side. Hand is out to the side. Again, pulling it in across the chest, pulling it in. Watch that shoulder, make sure it's not coming up to the ear. If you want to make it a little bit more of a stretch, guide that hand down closer to that wrist. Alright, guide that hand up and underneath that elbow, pulling it up over that head. Back will automatically arch, trying to get that arm up and over. And reach that hand up, bring it down, roll that shoulder back. Alright, we're going to take those hands, bring them into that front position, palms facing each other, elbows nice and wide so you feel a flexion in that wrist. Bring it up, fingers go towards the floor. We're going to pull it back up. They won't be directly towards the floor, but angled towards that direction. Again, feeling that flexion once again in the wrists. Push it out. We're going to droop that hand. Notice the elbow is high, probably in line with the shoulder, a little bit out to the side. We're going to take that hand, gentle pressure, very gentle here on that top side of the hand. Helps stretch that wrist. and switch sides. So elbow's going to be high once again. Very gentle pressure on the top of that hand. And take it down. Roll those shoulders, alternating forward. And we're going to do 3 deep breaths to finish off our workout. So hands come to the heart center. Breathe in deep as we come up. Exhale down.
When our baby was a baby and the redcoats had their way, it was he who had a party tossing tea in Boston.
And we are done. If you noticed, our music started over because I've been talking a little bit more than usual amongst this class. And so it's a little bit longer than I normally have. But I hope you enjoyed it. Stay home and stay safe.